What is going on, you guys? It's James from James' Reptiles, back with another video. Today, I was hoping to set that tank up. I didn't really have the reptile store closed at 7. It was like 6:30. It's like 20 minutes away. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna try to make it over there. I go to like PetSmart. Oh. Actually, PetSmart's the only one that carries these. Which, if you take a look at any of my tanks, is the centerpiece, just like that. It's something nice and big. It takes up a lot of that middle section. It's hard to find something that takes up a lot of that middle section. If we come look at this one right here with Paradise in it, Paradise is right there. Skipper's in the back. I'm getting her used to him. I'm gonna move him out today, but if you look at it, it takes up this bottom. Gives him a nice base to climb up. This branch comes all the way out here. Gives him something across. There's just this top space, and I can't really find anything that fits right there. That's not a bajillion dollars. So these are the next best thing. They're like $30. PetSmart had one fake plant, and it wasn't like a vine one. It was like a bush with a suction cup, and I wasn't having it. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to set it up today. But when I do set it up, it's either going to be for all those Dalmatian spots. Geckos, I have like 2 or 3. I have 2 and race car. They'll probably go in the next one, or it'll be the lily white. It'll probably be race car in them, just because I know they're going to be up to size a lot sooner. But nevertheless, I want to talk about breeding and what you should focus on. But let me sit down real quick. I've been working hard. I deserve a nice little sit down. So ultimately, let me see if I can do something here. Okay, that works. I got pothos, and then I forget what that is. That's like a jade something, and that's a clipping of this pothos. That's something I'd love to sell too. Some pothos clippings. Sorry. What? Keep saying one of the things. So the main goal is to be able to work with animals as much as possible to where I can quit my day job. And I guess you could say that's making a living with them, and that's all fine and dandy. But I know for a fact it's going to be multiple years before that happens, and I'd love to experiment and have fun on the way. So there are a lot of people out there who are like, you have to breed one thing, you have to be really specific, you can't stray from that, you have to put all your time and effort into that. And that's just not me, especially with crested geckos. They're so easy once you get. I have a little group. I have a little group, and I'm growing up my own breeders. I'm not buying new breeders for the time being. And some aren't. I have a bunch of babies that aren't really selling right now. It's not really the best time for them to be selling. That's okay. I'm not stressing about it. I have a surplus of dubia roaches. I posted on a bunch of local forums last time. I had to take it down within an hour, less than an hour, because I was like, people wanted so many colonies and stuff, I couldn't fulfill orders. Now I've got too many, and I posted in all the forums, and no one wants any. So it's a give and take. You just got to make sure you constantly have product for people. But, you know, I've got crested geckos. I could trade for stuff. One thing I really want to bring up is fish. So I know I've been talking about how I've been getting into cars a lot lately, and I've been really interested in watching videos, following Instagram pages, all that fun stuff. But another type of animal I've always loved is fish. I love looking at fish tanks. I love going to the fish section of the store. It's usually I usually do it before I go to the reptile section, just because I love it so much. But one of the things is I have my one fish tank in my bathroom. If you've seen it, you've seen it. I'll throw a little clip right here of it. That tank I've had for about a year, and I promised my girlfriend that she could put when stuff starts to die, she could put whatever she wants. It's got a great big pleco I got from someone, way too big for the tank. I'm gonna end up getting rid of it soon, giving it to my local store. uh, but it's not set up for breeding in any way. It's just kind of like a fun little do whatever you want in this tank kind of tank, which I love. I love that idea. Um, it's definitely helping me explore the hobby with new fish and different decorations and live plants. But one thing I want is I want another tank and I want to be able to set it up for uh, breeding fish. So that's something I've got in the works. Um, Actually, I asked my girlfriend for another fish tank for Christmas. It's probably be around 10 gallons. That's the limit in our apartment complex. 10 gallons. It'll probably go up on the kitchen counter. I think that'd be really cool. And I think I want to breed guppies in it. I just think there's not really a better place to start. Sorry. I think it's a great place to start. Uh, Produce some, feel out the market for the fish in the local area, see if my local stores will take them on trade real cheap. I'm not trying to make a bunch of money off of goldfish, and that's another thing is I'm not trying to make a bunch of money, so I'm not stressing over it. I know people. I have a buddy who, whenever we've ended a show, at the end of the show, like almost halfway through the show, he'll start marking down his stuff, dropping prices, start offering stuff to me for real cheap, to other people for other vendors real cheap. And that's the time to buy is when people are doing that. But it's not smart to do that. I say you're gonna hold on to the stuff, hold on to it. Eventually the right person will come around and they'll want it, or you trade it for something you do want, and whatever it is, you're not feeling like you got ripped off. I think one thing I want to do is get a bunch of like red solo cups or something, like 3 or 4, and plant a bunch of pothos. I think that'd be really fun. Uh, I could just, I don't know where I could put them, but that'd be really fun. See if anyone in the local Facebook groups wants some pothos. They trade for some, I don't know, random junk. That's all it is. I have a bunch of hobbies and I love my hobbies. And the best thing I think is what you can do is try to make a little bit of money and put it back in. Hobbies are expensive. I love animals. I like too many animals to justify buying them all. So it's like, why not breed geckos and be able to buy some? And that's how this started. And now I've got 4 enclosures, 2 fully set up with geckos, 2 more I'm working on. I've got 5 roach bins, and I'm trying to sell a ball python so I can put a 6th one in. Actually, I can put one right there. I forgot. I have a spot for another one. Um, but the demand's not there, so I'm not worried about it. Just, I think anyone who's getting into breeding, don't stress about it. Don't worry about it. Keep breeding. Keep doing what you're doing. If you end up with extra stock, find something to do. I'm breeding roaches. Feed some off, sell them locally, give a couple to some friends. Do whatever you got to do. Don't overflood yourself where you can't take care of them. Don't overflood the market. I know I sell a lot of colonies, and people go, well, you're selling out your competition. That person's not going to buy from you. That person's going to start selling on Facebook. They're going to do all this stuff. You're going to run out of business. The thing is, I don't. I price them just right. People tell me what size, how much they want. I give them a very low price. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about making a bunch of money. A little is nice. A little puts it back in. Allows me to buy carrots, and then I got a couple extra bucks in my pocket. But people who buy colonies end up feeding off the whole colony. That's just always how it goes. They ask me how to take care of them. I tell them, heat, humidity, darkness, tons of food, tons of space, perfect, and they will thrive. And maybe they do 1 or 2 of those things, and then they feed them all off. And I'm like, no, you have to wait 6 months, feed a couple, wait a bunch of time, feed a couple. It's better if you have like 2 colonies, pick from one, switch back and forth. People don't understand that. They don't want to do that. They don't want to waste their time with that. And they end up just feeding it off, and then they come back and they buy more. And that's just kind of the way that goes. But nevertheless, the cookie crumbles. I've been watching a lot of aquarium co-ops videos on fish, and it's just getting me back in the mood. I wanted to breed fish for a while. I couldn't keep fish for a while. I was doing it wrong. I wasn't cycling the tank. I didn't really comprehend that very well. Eventually, my buddy, I can't, it's hard for me to learn things on YouTube like that. I need to be in person with someone doing it. So I have my buddy who actually worked at a reptile and fish store, and he sat me down and he's like, "This is what you do. This is how you set it up." And I was like, that makes sense. Everything about that makes sense. It's perfect. It's awesome. So I did that. I understand it now. Um, Now I have a little bit of income from other stuff, from stuff going on. I think I'd like to set up another fish tank. I want to do blue guppies, blue cherry shrimp. Is that what they're called? I'm not sure. If I can get my hands on some of those, I'd be really interested. I feel like shrimp would be hard though. I'm not really sure. And Java Moss, like Corey from Aquarium Co-op. His actually, I've bought some stuff from him before. His sticker, his logo sticker, is sitting on my locker at work on the front. Um, Sell complimentary products. I sell crested geckos and dubia roaches. It's not really a great complimentary product because crested geckos eat more of a powdered diet. If I sold bearded dragons, if you're selling bearded dragons and you're not selling dubia roaches, you're doing something wrong. I tell you that. Um, Everyone you've ever sold a bearded dragon to would buy roaches from you. Um, I should sell Pangea. I should sell Pangea, but I don't know. I don't know how to become a vendor. I got to figure that out. I'll figure that out. I swear to you. Catch me at the Daily City Show. James from James Reptiles. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you did enjoy the video, it's just me ranting about fish and breeding and running a reptile business. I'd like to touch on this more in the future as I start to sell more and become a little bit better. I have more breeding stock, have more time behind my belt. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, jamesjeptiles@gmail.com. Have a good one. Enjoy the hobby.